A Triad author is on a mission to promote diversity and inclusion with the publication of her new children's book. In 2021, Brittany Nevels launched the first book of her series, Brilliant Brown Minds. She says her goal is to show children of color they can be anything they want to be if they put their mind to it.
I'll be a ballerina. I'll float like a feather.
Brittany Nevels enjoys reading books with her 10-year-old daughter, Essence. So much so, she was inspired to write one herself.
But this particular book started as a poem, and it was a poem to my daughter, just telling her to embrace herself and be herself, and that she could be whatever she wanted to be.
Nevels is the author of Brilliant Brown Girls, What Do You Want to Be? A children's book that showcases the career ambitions of 13 different girls of color.
I'll be a photographer, freezing memories they treasure.
After struggling to find inspirational books with children who look like her daughter, Nevels says she wanted to do something about it.
If you look at the studies, right now it's easier to find a book with an animal or a person that isn't of color as the main character than it is to find someone of color. African Americans are only 5% of the main characters, and here they are all grown up.
A ballerina, a judge, or even a TV news anchor. The career possibilities are endless.
I chose characters that you wouldn't necessarily see in that profession. There's a character with albinism, there's a character with vitiligo, other nationalities, Native American, Indian, African American.
Daughter Essence even had a hand in the creation process.
I like that one of them was a fashion designer, which I want to be when I grow up.
Daring to dream while building self-esteem is what Nevels says it's all about.
Representation matters. They need to see themselves, and they need to have that motivation that, yes, this person looks like me and they can do it, and they can do the same.
So here is a copy of the book. As you can see, it has some beautiful, beautiful illustrations. Nevels says she is currently writing a second book in her series. This one will focus on the career aspirations of young boys of color. For details on how to purchase the book, just look for this story on our website. So speaking of books, I asked you on Facebook, what was your favorite book as a kid? Leanne Humphrey says Green Eggs and Ham, and still is. Joanne Misteller says the Little House on the Prairie series, still have a set. Brittany M.A. wrote The Babysitter's Club.
Oh, that was good.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Andrew Polino said Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, and then Sandy Banner wrote The Boxcar Children. Pretty familiar with a lot of those books.
Yeah.
So one of the books for me that it wasn't so much, because I didn't read it as a kid, I read it to my kids, but it's been around forever, is The Giving Tree. And so you don't get that when you're a kid until as you get older it changes in your view of that story, and it means more to you, I think, as an adult even. But I read the Little House series as well, and Wrinkle in Time was one of my all-time favorites.
One of my favorite books was Junie B. Jones.
Yeah.
That
Oh, I
series.
love
I
that
loved
series.
Amber Brown as well. But I
Yes.
wish I had more options like this book here. I didn't have too many books with children that look like me in them. So I really love that Brittany Nevels has come out with this.
Yes, that book is so cute. I got to look through it a little bit. The illustrations, we were talking about
Yes, I
that
love
during the
those.
story. They did an incredible job. You said it was a woman out of Colombia?
Yes, so the woman who drew the pictures was based in Colombia, like the country.
Okay.
So they worked together on
International.
this because she started the writing process a couple years ago, but the book officially launched back in 2021.
Wow.
And I love how this story kind of ties into the last one that we just ran about just the importance of representation and just seeing people that look like you, so your kids, they know that they can achieve and do anything.
Yeah, I love that. It just made me think about my favorite book to read to Baylor right now is Chicka Chicka Boom Boom.
Yes.
Do y'all remember
Will
that
there be
one?
enough
Yes, that
room?
was a good one.
Yes. Yeah, but I think that this is great for kids to have. Love it.
Green Eggs and Ham was also I liked all the Dr. Seuss stuff when I was a kid.
So
Yeah.
did
Loved
y'all
all those.
read Where the Sidewalk Ends? The Shel
Yes.
Silverstein,
That
like
sounds
short,
familiar.
it's like, they're like short poems, like short story type.
Yes,
It's
yes,
like a
we
book
have
of,
that.
it's like a collection of short pieces, and that's one of my favorites when I
Where
was
the
growing up.
Sidewalk Ends?
Where the
Yeah, that's a
Sidewalk
great
Ends.
one. You should
Yeah.
get
I'll
that.
have to look
Yep.
into
Seen
that
that.
one.
That's a
It
good one.
sounds so
It'll
It'll be
familiar.
perfect for Baylor. You can start with her on that soon stage.
Yep.
Okay, I'll look into
I'm pretty
it.
sure that's the same author that did The Giving Tree, but I'll have to look it up
Really?
and see if he did that. Yeah, Shel Silverstein. Very good.
Well, we're going to keep the positive energy going this month.